clicking or tap on an underlined speech for a brief determination or explain it is and poll love no sum. Those acceptable to voice in India's forthcoming polls present more than rather than 10% of the planet's people, and they will get portion in the greatest more democratic workout in story. India detained its at first elections in 1951-2 following the nation obtained autonomy of the UK in 1947. The year down there are more than rather than 900 millionth acceptable voters, almost 4 persons times as lot as the joint state, the following greatest democratic state. Voters will select representatives for the Hindu parliament, and in rotate solve if Indian Nationalist Main Secretary Narendra Modi will run the nation for else 5 year. Who wins these elections and forms a by the government will monitoring the fate of the planet's greatest democratic state. Time they are in accusation, India's economics is potential to surpass the UK's and be the planet's 5 largest. Narendra Modi was swept to force in 2014 in brave economical promises, but his recording in office space has been blended. Economical increase has hovered about 7% a year, and several aspiring reforms, love a consumer goods and services tax, include been praised. Other, love the flash departure of big value paper money in 2016, are seen as a fail. Its people meantime, at more than rather than human beings, is forecasted to quickly exceed China's. Hundreds of millions of Indians include escaped poverty reduction with the rotate of the millennium, but enormous challenges stay. The ratio of Indians who dwell under the World Poverty Reduction Link diminished of 21.6% in 2011 to an alleged 13.4% in 2015, on to the Planet Banking. Joblessness is a main anxiety and is particularly top amongst youthful human beings. Leaked by the government information in January show how joblessness at 6.1% is at the highest it's been with 1972-73, in almost 1 in 5 15 to 29-year-olds incapable to discover a work. Millions of farmers are irate on low harvest prices. Hindu farming has been poisoned by declining harvest prices, a exhausting water supply spreadsheet and dry spell in the recent few years. Routine protests are detained and suicides amongst farmers are overall. How the nuke-armed nation engages in the external planet and manages a cunning relation in its neighbor Pakistan is as well of vast significance to world safety. India and Pakistan fought 3 wars with autonomy of Britain in 1947. They both include nuke arms. One of the major points of controversy is the Kashmir area, that both of complaint incomplete but monitoring in portion. Tensions down there newly shed above, in every party transport out air strikes. Indians are vote for members of parliament, and the job of main secretary tends to go to the lead of the side or coalition in largest seats. The present PM is Narendra Modi. India's present main secretary has had an emergency policy travel. Growing of a humble backdrop, he went on to be the 3-time head secretary of the West Country of Gujarat. The 2014 poll win how automotive him to the domestic management was the largest inclusive with 1984. His major competing is opposition lead Rahul Gandhi. Mr. Gandhi is successor to the renowned Gandhi-Nehru policy Tang dynasty. He took above of his mom, Sonia Gandhi, as convention side CEO in December 2017. Mr. Gandhi has length been seen as a part and a impoverished campaign participant, but how picture has been changed in latter times. Parliament has 2 houses, the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha. Members of India's top building are selected by country lawmakers. The CEO as well nominates 12 members for their deposit to the arts, kind of sports or industry. The reduced building Lok Sabha is the one to look. Lok Sabha is a Hindi language period for building of the human beings. Its members are immediately selected by voters. It has 543 selected seats and any side or coalition as necessary a minimal of 272 MPs to shape a by the government. At the recent poll in 2014, Mr. Modi's BJP won 282 seats. The Bharatiya Janata side is the greatest side in the domestic more democratic association, a centre-right to order wing coalition of parties. M.R. Gandhi's convention side just took 44 seats in 2014, downward of 206 in 2009. The Hindu Domestic Convention or Convention side is India's senior policy side. It forms portion of the Joint Advanced Association, UPA, a coalition of centre-left parties. Since of the huge quantity of poll officials and safety staff implicated, vote will get location in 7 stages among April 11 and May 19. Various state will voice at various times. Votes will be calculated on May 23 and results are anticipated on the identical date. The poll is creature seen as a plebiscite on Mr. Modi, a polarizing drawing admired by lot but as well charged of stoking divisions among India's Indian-most and the nation's 200 millionth Muslim. On 80% of Indians are Indian. Muslim do up almost 15% of the people. Some considerable sexual minorities involve Christians, Sikhs, Buddhists and Jains. Before a few months back, Mr. Modi and his BJP side were seen as the insurmountable favourites. But the losing of key state index provincial elections injected a feeling of severe contest in the domestic voice. The side lose monitoring of the state of Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan. These are all portion of India's Hindi language-speaking centre, that helping Mr. Modi win in 2014. Analysts are separated on if Mr. Modi will be capable to win a easy most once again. A latter rise of tensions in Pakistan has taken into account the BJP a new and famous question to campaigning on. It will be hoping how a attention on patriotic will assist the side to get history the severe problem installed by strong provincial parties and convention. Spelled and manufactured by David Tan, Stephen Connor, Sana Jazami, Kevin Pania and Preena Chek.